You're listening to the Friday edition of Morning Special on EBS FM, and it's time to find out what's been hot online with Natasha.
That's right, the hottest searches of the week are in. This is Hot Clicks with Natasha.
Natasha's back in the studio once again. Hi there.
Good morning, Steve.
How are you? Happy Friday.
TGIF, yes, I'm so happy. I love Fridays.
Yeah, what have you got planned for the weekend?
I'm studying a course at university, and with that group, okay, and with that group, we're going on an MT this weekend.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was looking for a fun answer. Oh, nice. Where are you going?
We're going to near the waters in near
The East
Pyeongchang?
Coast, West
Near
Coast.
Pyeongchang?
You don't know where you're going, do you?
The East Coast.
Let's get started. Gangneung area, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that sounds like fun. We're going to find out what's been hot online, but you have a quiz question for us before we get started.
I do. The question is, when something comes to an end after a long period of time, we can say that it has come to the end of number one, a song, or number two, an era.
One more time, please.
When something comes to an end after a long period of time, we can say that it has come to the end of a blank. Is it number one, a song, or number two, an era?
This is a good expression, too. If you know the answer, put it on our Bundy board or use Kakao Talk or text in on your cell phone, pounder sharp 1045 for 50 or 101, depending on the length of your text. We are giving away a premium popcorn set. All right, so where do we begin today?
Well, our first keyword is earthquake.
Oh, yes, right.
This is still one of the most hotly searched keywords this week. It's been over 10 days now?
Yeah, back in the headlines once again, though, but from the big ones, yeah, I think it's been about that long.
The big ones, more than 10 days, but we're still getting the aftershocks. There's been, I think, 400 or so aftershocks since then.
Did you feel the big ones?
No, but I heard that some people in Seoul did.
Yeah, many people in Seoul did.
You felt it?
No, I did not. And it was confusing for me because I got text messages saying, "Did you feel that?"
From friends.
Yeah, and I didn't know what they were talking about. And then I checked social media, and some friends were saying, "Oh my goodness, my building shook, or my windows rattled, or something like that." So I don't know if it depended on where in the city you were or what floor you live on in your building. Maybe if you were up higher, maybe you would have felt it. I'm not sure.
Maybe, because I know definitely that it reached all the way up to Seoul. People in Seoul have felt it. But speaking of text messages, did you get those?
The alert?
문자, the alert.
I didn't personally get them.
Neither did I. And surprisingly, they say that people using 3G phones, so the older version without LTE, they won't receive it. And foreigners, they are sometimes on the black end of it. They don't usually get these alerts.
Oh, sometimes I do, though, for other things. So I'm not...
for like heavy rain.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Really? I don't get those.
Oh, really?
I feel very left out.
Oh,
but
I see.
Even the ones that did get them, they got it up to, I think, 15 minutes after it happened.
Sure.
So it wasn't an early alert. And responding to these criticism, the Korean Meteorological Association said that it's still trying its best to bring the time down from 15 minutes or so to 2 minutes by November this year.
Hopefully that will work out. Yeah, I mentioned that it's been in the headlines a lot for the last little while. And even today we were talking about Gyeongju. They finally designated a special disaster area.
Right.
The Gyeongju area was. So, all right. So hopefully that doesn't come back again because, I haven't experienced it, but it would really be so scary for a lot of people,
It
right?
would be.
Even if there weren't any structural damage. All right. So let's move on. What's next?
Our next keyword is Brangelina, but no more.
I know.
No more Brangelina.
I heard about this yesterday.
What was your reaction?
What? They have like 100 kids.
Right. They have 100 kids, and going by Hollywood time period, they've been married for 100 years.
Yeah, that's right.
So
This is really shocking.
It is shocking because, one of Hollywood's highest high-profile couples is calling it quits. Angelina Jolie filed for divorce from husband Brad Pitt earlier this week, citing irreconcilable differences.
Yeah, if you're wondering what irreconcilable differences are, it sounds very complicated. It's just a court document, I guess. You check it that says we can't fix our problems, right?
Yeah. It's either, there are two boxes usually in these court documents for divorce proceedings. One is irreconcilable differences, and the other one is permanent injury leading to inability to make decisions, or something like that.
I guess that's why most people probably just check irreconcilable differences. So when you hear divorce stories from celebrities on the internet, you'll probably see this term a lot. Right?
9 times out of 10.
Well, we were joking saying they have 100 children, but they do have 6 children.
They have 6 children. Now, both sides, they've been keeping mum about the real reason behind the split, but we do know that Angelina is seeking sole custody of the 6 children. And if that gets granted, that means that Angelina will live with the children and Brad will only have visitation rights.
I see. George Clooney had something to say.
Yeah, so we had your reaction. What? Let's have a look at George Clooney's reaction to the news.
And your friend Brad.
Oh, what happened?
Papers are divorcing.
I didn't know that. Wow.
She filed.
I feel very sorry then. That's a sad story and unfortunate for a family. It's an unfortunate story about a family. I feel very sorry to hear that. It's the first I've heard of it, so.
So that was George Clooney coming out of a UN general meeting, and he was...
Did that seem inappropriate to you?
Sometimes the press will do a lot of inappropriate things to get a response.
That was CNN.
That was, yes.
So George Clooney was coming out of a UN General Assembly, and the CNN reporter walks up to him and says, "Did you hear Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie got divorced?
Did you hear about your friend's divorce?"
Is that really the right time to ask that question? And he was just trying to get some response because he knew that George Clooney didn't know about that.
Right. Just trying to get the initial reaction.
That seems kind of unprofessional on CNN's behalf, does it not?
It does. And this can be launched into a whole debate about the inappropriateness of sticking mics into people's faces.
Well, that, and with all of the things happening in the world, a celebrity divorce is tops on CNN's list of things to talk about. I don't know. And maybe I'm being overly critical myself. We'll listen to a song, and when we come back, we will check out more of what's been hot online. First, Sarah Bareilles, King of Everything. We're getting all caught up in what's been happening online over the last week with Natasha. Before we move on, can we have your quiz question one more time, please?
Sure. The question was, when something comes to an end after a long period of time, we can say that it has come to the end of a number 1, a song, or number 2, an era.
Thank you very much. Use our Bondi board, use Kakao Talk, or text in on your cell phone, pounder sharp 1045. That will cost you 50 or 101, depending on the length of your text. We are giving away a premium popcorn set. Okay, so very scary news from New Jersey.
Almost scary. The keyword is bomb averted. So this comes all the way on the other side of the world in New Jersey. So what happened on Sunday night? A 50-year-old by the name of Lee Parker, he noticed a backpack near a train station. It looked abandoned, no one was claiming it, and being homeless, he needed a backpack, so he grabbed it.
Oh.
And with a friend, they looked inside and realized that it was a bomb. So they quickly took it to the police.
Goodness me.
Thankfully. And when the news of this broke out, a non-profit organization, they set up a GoFundMe page. So this is like crowdfunding, but for good causes. And so far, the page has raised a little over $20,000 for the two. And a third will go to other homeless in New Jersey area, and 2/3 will be split between the two friends.
Oh, they should create jobs for them rather than just give them cash. That'll help more, right?
Permanent housing, job, and a bit in cash.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Okay, good. Moving on. The Emmys took place last Sunday as well, right?
That's right. 2016 Emmys. The 68th Primetime Emmy Awards was held on Sunday in California. Now, if you're not familiar with the Emmys, not many are in Korea. You can consider it as the Oscars for TV.
Yeah.
Now, the biggest winner of the night was The People v. O.J. Simpson, based on the infamous O.J. Simpson murder trial. I know that you really enjoyed the series.
I watched that series and it was absolutely fantastic. It had a really interesting cast in it, actually. David Schwimmer, if you don't know his name, he played Ross from Friends.
Right.
He was
The
playing
sort of
the role
skinny,
of...
long face, dark hair.
he played the role of Robert Kardashian. Cuba Gooding Jr. played the role of O.J. Simpson. It's a really, really good miniseries, yeah.
So you think it deserved a couple of awards?
I totally think it did.
A lot of people agreed with you because the series picked up 5 awards, the biggest winner of the night. And the sixth season of Game of Thrones, this one is very popular here in Korea. That one picked up 3.
Another one that did very well was Master of None, right?
That's right. Master of None. It was one of the 2 shows that took home trophies that night that addressed race. So let's have a look at an acceptance speech from Ellen Yang.
There's 17 million Asian Americans in this country, and there's 17 million Italian Americans. They have The Godfather, Goodfellas, Rocky, The Sopranos. We got Long Duck Dog, so we got a long way to go. But I know we can get there. I believe in us. It's just going to take a lot of hard work. Asian parents out there, if you could just do me a favor, if just a couple of you get your kids cameras instead of violins, we'll be all good. So we'll just do it.
He was praised for highlighting diversity, and I guess that was different from the whitewashed, if you will, Academy Awards.
Right. And another example of that is that a quarter of the actor nominations this year for the Emmys was minorities.
Very good news. All right, so finishing up then with some news from the expat community.
That's right. Let's have a look at the best countries for expats. So this news, I guess it applies to you, Steve. HSBC, they released a list of countries ranking the best places to live in as a foreigner.
Okay, and?
The survey looked at 27,000 expats all over the world and asked them things like, how easy is it for you to live there? How easy is it for you to work there? And how easy is it for you to raise a family there? And according to the results, Singapore got the top spot.
Singapore's the top spot. Well, I've visited Singapore a couple of times now, and I would say that it is very expat friendly. In fact, from what I could tell, nobody's really from Singapore.
That's what I thought. It's friendly for expats because everyone's an expat.
It's like LA.
Right.
Los Angeles. Nobody's really from Los
LA,
Angeles, right? You ask someone in LA, so where are you from? The answer is never LA.
Yeah.
Same in Singapore. Oh, where are you from? Oh, I'm from England, or I'm from some other part of the world. Of course, there are many people from Singapore, but it just seems like everyone I met was from somewhere else. So that's not really so surprising.
Not surprising. So Singapore at the top, followed by my New Zealand and your Canada.
Canada came third?
Canada came third.
Not bad. How about South Korea? How'd we do?
Korea didn't do too well. Not too bright. They came in at 36th.
Okay.
According to the respondents, it was quite hard to raise a family in Korea, but safety and the economy was rather well.
Safety, I totally agree. And I feel safer here than I do in Halifax in Nova Scotia.
That's saying a lot.
In Canada. I feel much safer here in Korea.
Wow.
Yeah, in Seoul. Seoul's a very, very, very safe city, generally speaking, isn't it? And expats absolutely love that. All right, so Natasha, thank you very much. Can we have the answer to your quiz question, please?
Sure. The question was, when something comes to an end after a long period of time, we can say that it has come to the end of a number 2, an era.
Yes, and the premium popcorn set goes to 9224 Nim. Congratulations. Enjoy your popcorn. Natasha, thank you so much. Have fun on your MT this weekend.
Thank you.
All right, we'll talk to you next Friday.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.